Inclusivity refers to the practice of ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background, identity, or abilities, feel welcomed, respected, and valued. It involves creating an environment where diverse perspectives are acknowledged and where barriers to participate and belonging are excluded. Inclusive spaces promote equal opportunities to foster a sense of belonging for all individuals, fostering empathy, understanding, and collaboration among people from different backgrounds.
Inclusivity is more than just superficial. It requires of teachers to be inclusive with the students when they have different abilities, both physical and intellectual. It is creating a classroom that celebrates different cultures, ethnicities, and religions, rather than making it a breeding ground for inequality and bullying. Sometimes there will be learners in the classroom that speak a foreign language, whether African or European. A teacher that is passionate about inclusivity would utilize the different languages in the classroom by including them in learning encounters. Students with a different sexual orientation can help educate others about their sexuality by designing posters and putting up flags in the classroom along with what they mean.
Inclusivity in schooling fosters a supportive environment where diverse perspectives and backgrounds are valued. It promotes empathy, understanding, and acceptance among students, creating a positive atmosphere for learning and collaboration. Inclusive education provides equal opportunities for all students, regardless of their differences, ensuring that everyone feels respected and valued. This inclusive approach enhances social diverse cohesiveness, reduces discrimination, and ultimately leads to better academic outcomes and overall well-being for students.
Implementing inclusive education in schools. Inclusive education acknowledges and respects the different needs of learners and ensures that all learners are equally valued regardless of their differences. It is about changing attitudes, behavior, teaching methodologies, curricula, and the learning environment to ensure that educational systems meet the needs of all students. It is about maximizing the participation of all learners in the curricula of educational institutions and uncovering and minimizing barriers to learning, as well as empowering learners by developing their individual strengths and enabling them to participate critically in the learning process. Therefore, a multidisciplinary approach is needed to ensure that inclusive education is implemented successfully, which includes the involvement of all stakeholders, such as the government, the parents, school, teachers, and the student. Inclusive education is important because it ensures that all students, regardless of their abilities, have equal access to quality education. Inclusive classrooms can lead to improved learning outcomes for students as teachers tailor their instruction to meet the diverse needs of students. It celebrates diversity, fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance among all students. By learning together in schools, students with varied abilities, interests, and backgrounds experience diversity as a community norm. This promotes social interaction and empathy, reduces stigmatization, and enhances their social skills. Inclusive education in schools. Schools can provide professional development and training for teachers and staff on inclusive teaching strategies, special education, and working with diverse learners. Teachers should assess the needs of students and use universal design for learning principles to create flexible learning environments and adaptable material. Teachers can promote peer support and buddy systems where students with and without disabilities can work together as tutors and tutees to provide academic and social support. The school can modify their curriculum to accommodate different learning abilities, making it accessible for all students. The school can also ensure that all facilities are physically accessible for students with mobility challenges. Sensory rooms can also be implemented to provide a stimulating environment for students with sensory issues.
Inclusive pedagogical emphasizes creating a supportive learning environment where all students, regardless of their background, abilities, or differences, can thrive. Some key pedagogical principles for inclusiveness includes universal design for learning, collaborative learning, cultural responsive teaching, flexible assessment, supportive classroom environment, and promoting empathy and understanding. By integrating these principles into our teaching practices, educators can create an inclusive learning environment where every student has the opportunity to succeed and reach their full potential.
Hybrid inclusivity is a combination of hybrid learning and inclusive education. It is when learning is a mix of online and in-person encounters. Hybrid inclusivity makes the curriculum easily adaptable and accessible to students who may not always be able to attend class in person due to personal reasons. Teachers who encourage hybrid inclusivity will adapt the curriculum and assessments to support the individual. They may be required to go for additional training before it can be implemented in their classrooms. Assessments will look different, and the educational materials will be taught by an adult that supervises the child, like a parent or guardian. For this reason, it is very important that the communication between the school staff and parents are regular and accurate. Hybrid inclusivity is a new approach to learning, and it is a considerable option if it is in the best interest of the student.